Hi, welcome to another edition of Marty's Classic Cars. Just did a small job on the Saab. I had a slight problem where there was like a leak through the roof, but it wasn't actually in the material itself. It was where the window is not quite wound up full enough. It's only by like a slight half a millimetre or millimetre. Of course, that's all you need for a little bit of water to come in, isn't it? So yeah, I hope it's a simple fix. So what we've got to do is just make sure all the channels where the window sits, the electric window sits when it's all clean and all free of debris. Then we have to reset the windows, which should be a simple process. It's always best to look at the simple thing first rather than going into other expenses and stripping the window down and that sort of thing. So we'll go from there. Okay, let's get straight into it then. And it's got to do a little chore first, as we do, we men, so thing. And then we'll just get on with it. So let's see you outside. My little chore is just put the bottom in the dryer. As we chaps have to do for her nibs. She's at work. Man's world, eh? Yeah, tell me about it. Okay. Right, what I've elected to do is just clean up the outer channels, make sure the outer channels are done. All I've used is some cotton buds and a bit of petroleum jelly, and just see if it pushes any debris out of these rain channels where the window goes through. There's not many of them, but there's obviously, it's a pillarless design really. So there's only just this in here. It's across the top under the roof, and this is the bit where it's slightly leaking from. The window only goes fractionally down, it's only a fraction, but you can reset the windows. So we clean those out first on both sides, and then do a reset on it. You can reset it with the engine running. It goes up, it sort of restores its memory. That's the way it's done. So we'll do that. Okay, so the first thing is first, bear with me, I can just put a bit of Vaseline on here just to make sure channels are clear. Done that just to make them easy to glide. Don't use a lot of Vaseline, obviously, don't like getting everywhere. You can actually do this with windscreen wipers. Put a bit of Vaseline on them with your fingers. What it does with windscreen wipers is supple them up. Use the there. Let it dry in like that. With windscreen wipers, if you find your windscreen wipers are graunching on the screen, they've gone a bit dry, maybe could lack a use or whatever, you smear it on both sides, like so, on both sides of your windscreen wipers, let it set for a bit. You'll find they work a treat after that as well. There's another one you can do. Let's do the other side as well. So there is some weather there. Having some lovely weather again. It's gone a bit lighter now, obviously. What I'm going to do is rub it in there. There's a mechanic's trick this was from years ago. Supples up. With the cotton bud. You can also put some on with your finger. Just rub it in. Just supples up the thing, keeps it supple, gives a better chance. If you've got a target top as well, which just clips in. It's mounted, usually mounted on rubber seals as well on the frame. It's best to just keep them intact. That. This one here feels a lot freer than the one that was sticking. So maybe it was in that corner bit. Let's give it another look. With your finger.
You're the one that was in charge of charging.
There we go. So just a bit of that, look. Rub it in with your hands, your finger. Let it dry out. Then you'll find that your rubbers are more simple. As I say, you can do it with windscreen wipers as well once it's dried off. Your windscreen wipers will perform perfectly. So that's all I needed to do there. I'll go and test it out afterwards. Go clean the roof. Just with a bit of domestic cleaner. Just parked up over in a tree. Under a tree when I was at Caddenham. My recent video I did in memory of my son, a late son, and yeah, so it's best thing to do. Sorry about that, dropped the film. Get your hands covered in Vaseline, what do you expect? So I've got some marks on it, so what I'll do, I'll give it a bit of a wash, which will in turn test out the seals. Okay, next thing we've got to do is reset the windows. So let's put this away first. The first thing you've got to do with this get the car idle for a minute. The last thing you want to do is have an interruption on the circuit, so just do one window at a time. And what you do, when it gets to the top, hold it for a few seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go immediately down again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Repeat the process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your finger on the button all the time. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it again. The window seems a bit better. It's going up and down a bit smoother. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can hear a little click afterwards. On later models, I think they had a little beep, like on your 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see how that is now. We've got it. Yeah, still get my finger in there. It may be that the arm inside needs adjusting, or alternatively renewing, hopefully not, or it could be the motor itself. So try the driver's door now. When you do this, also make sure the doors are all closed. I'll stick her in neutral. Yeah. That one goes up all right. Hold them for a few seconds. Yeah, it drops down nicely now. Counting to 5 as I just lower at the end of each motion. That one comes to a very permanent stop. That was better this time, yeah. That one should stop this time, that's good. Okay. Let's have a quick look. So the thing when you do this is keep the engine running, make sure your doors are closed. At the end of each motion, as I said, when it gets to the top, to a full stop, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nice and slowly, and again when it reaches the bottom, keeping your finger on the button all the time. And sometimes that does a reset. Another thing you can do is disconnect the battery, or either take the fuse out, which I think is number 5 on these, for the windows, and then do it again after that, and that gives it a reset. Do the reset again, process again, it might help it out. Let's have a look now. Stand corrected, it's number 14, the fuses. I think somebody else quoted number 5 on another video, but it might have been for the later model. So number 14 is here. If I just got the original diagram, tells you in the handbook. Number 14, front electric windows. There you go. And it should be second row down, third from the left. 30 amp fuse. So I'll take my little thing out. Should be that one there. Got a few seconds to wind down. You can always tell with the fuse, make sure that connection in the centre is not broken on any fuse like this, blade connecting fuse. So it looks in good order. Right, little tool still. There you go, should be okay. I'll give this a try again. I don't rev the car up when it's in park, I only do it when it's in neutral. That keeps the gearbox protected, I've heard, whether that's true or not I don't know. One, two, three, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the Mark II model, I think there's a little beep. Switch that sounds good. There's a click. Yeah, I can hear it. Okay. All right. What I'll do, I'll give the roof a quick wash and see if it's any better then. It's just on the near side one, you can see it's not quite mating to the top. It's very, very fractional. But it's enough to let a dribble of water in when you get like an intense shower of rain. There you go. So under there, okay. Not so much there, might be just the alignment of the window. You see there's a slight gap under the lip. Yeah. That's better. That's better now. That's what it was. Oh, it's far better now, that is. Yeah. Just needed tilting like that. It sits closer to here now as well. So that should be okay. Alright, give it a test. Back again. I think we've got a result here. I've just put some detergent, white detergent, on my roof. So I've given it a good clean, rinsed it off. Just a light bit of soap, that's all. I usually protect it with Fab Seal, which you see on my previous video. You see what I've used on that. So what I'll do, I'll put this in the garage to dry, so it doesn't leave any streaks with the sunlight. But more to the point, it's dry inside. And leaked inside the window. So that seems to have done the trick. What I did notice was it was slightly off cant. By means of that, it was like slightly tilted. I pulled it a bit. And that's all it took. It was quite something simple really. But it may need, I might realign the frame. It might have worked loose a bit and just tilted to one side. But as far as I can tell, that seems to have done it. So it's not leaking both sides now. It was mostly in just intense rain. It happened. But it's sorted now. For the time being anyway. Old cars. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. No drips on the inside. What it was coming down here. Turn the camera around. It was coming down here and getting under here, and going down inside the window and going over to the inside of the door. But it wasn't the roof that was at fault. It seems to be okay here. Got the channels working here okay. Everything else, I just made it supported. They do slide up and down better since I put that petroleum jelly on. Makes it a bit easier for them to travel. But also, as I say, more importantly, I just poured on the roof that way and it seems to have done the job. So, hey ho, that's what it is. For the job done. We're always doing bits and pieces, aren't we? Okay, hope you're all well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Moving forward, and see you next time. Bye.